It is game night for Connecticut's professional soccer team, and at long last, the boys in green are back in action at historic Dillon Stadium as 21 days have passed since Hartford Athletic last took the pitch on the banks of the Connecticut River. And tonight, it's a dance with a familiar partner, New York Red Bulls 2. This game presented by Trinity Health, and we are thrilled to be on the call today. John Freeman, joined by former English Premier League player Lloyd Sam. And Lloyd, Hartford Athletic comes in as the team higher up in the standings.
Yeah, Hartford Athletic only played 3 games so far, so can you imagine another 3 points? Every win, every point is going to count in this tough group.
The schedule makers just love pairing these two teams together. Hartford has only played 1 full-length season in club history, yet this is the 8th time these two teams have met. They met in the season opener, and Hartford had the majority of goals in a 5-star encounter.
This was a good game. In the end, it seems like Hartford seemed to come up on top all the time, really. Red Bulls 2 are going to hope to put an end to that, but Hartford really need these points because, as I said, one of the toughest groups in the league.
It was 5 goals on the road in this match, and Hartford Athletic winning this match 3-2 in New York. That was the opening game of the season for New York Red Bulls 2, and the Athletic with plenty of success against New York, having won the last 5 matches played against tonight's opposition. And well, a lot of names on the team sheet in that last match are different than what we'll see tonight. One of them does remain, though. Mandela Egbo, who leads the team with 3 goals. He's joined by a bunch of Major League Soccer players tonight.
Yeah, Manny Egbo, he steps up for every penalty and he scored each one. But not only does he score penalties, but he brings a calming presence at the back. He brings leadership to a young side.
7 players on Major League Soccer contracts for New York Red Bulls 2 tonight. Egbo looking to become one of them as his career progresses. Meanwhile, Hartford has quietly been one of the best clubs in all the league through the past 2 campaigns. They've only lost 1 of their last 10 regular season games. They are one of the 4 unbeaten teams remaining in the entire USL Championship.
They've done great this year. This win right here against Miami FC, that really let the league know what they're about.
Hartford looking to gather its 3rd win of the season, and it would be their 2nd win of the season against New York Red Bulls 2. Can the Athletics stay unbeaten against a Red Bulls 2 team that has stacked the deck with MLS players? The answer is next from historic Dillon Stadium. Lineups and kickoff are on the way. We'll fire it up next from Connecticut. Hartford back in action for the first time in 3 weeks, the longest break of the entire season, now just a few more moments away from reaching its conclusion. Let's browse the lineups. We'll begin with the visitors from New York. John Wallenick's side fortified with the addition of 7 players on Major League Soccer contracts. That's the most utilized this season. Yearwood, Reyes, Pendant, Barlow, Fernandez, Harper, Wickelman, Carmona all have top flight experience, Lloyd.
That is a lot of experience. I'm really excited to see Fernandez and Harper on the wings to see how they get at this team.
So 7 players on Major League Soccer contracts for New York. As for the home side, this is just the 4th lineup ever fielded by 31-year-old manager Harry Watling. The last player to score, Luke Perpa, he's out with injury, so the heavy lifting once again goes back onto the shoulders of the oldest player on the roster by 5 years. That's Captain Danny Barrera.
Danny Barrera, he brings a lot of leadership and experience, but this whole team here, they haven't played in 3 weeks. I'm eager to see how they start this game. So if it's either going to be a lot of energy or a bit lethargic.
90 degrees at kickoff in Connecticut. There is New York Red Bulls too, and they're unmistakable all red kits. You will see some red around the stadium tonight. That is not a traveling contingent of New York fans. That is actually the Portuguese club of Hartford that has come out in droves, and they are wearing red tonight. There you go. See it in the back of the shot there. For unbeaten Hartford, a familiar test, but one suddenly with much more difficult questions. New York has raised the degree, and now we find out if the Athletic still has the answers. The whistle from Thomas Snyder gets us underway. And Hartford and New York Red Bulls 2 brought together for the 2nd time this season on a steamy late spring night. Hartford in the green and blue, and New York in the red, traveling left to right.
John, you said unbeaten. It's great to have something to come into the game and hold on to. So there's a lot of motivation for this Hartford side. Haven't played in 3 weeks, as I was saying. Are you going to come out with bundles of energy, or are you going to be a bit sluggish at the beginning? So we'll see at the beginning how they start off.
The stakes much more high today against a team full of players on Major League Soccer contracts. 7 for New York Red Bulls 2, and then also Mandela Egbo. He is technically on a Major League Soccer contract, but he is on loan to this New York Red Bulls 2 team. So the payroll significantly higher for the boys in red, and they are on the front foot here to start. Driving into the penalty area, a marauding run. And cleared to safety. And so far, New York with exclusive use of the ball.
Yeah, Manny Egbo is nice and high. You see him playing right back as opposed to center back today. So
Fernandez's cross in the direction of Barlow. And Barrera tracking back, trying to retrieve the possession for Hartford. It's been underwater since the opening kickoff. Obregon and Barrera finally settle for the home side. And a late whistle from Thomas Snyder calms the play. New York, 5 points from their past 6 matches. And Hartford, just their 4th game of the season. Both a combination of scheduling and then also their previous match that was scheduled against Real Monarchs was called off late because of a positive COVID test from the visiting team. And that's the reason for the long delay. As Hartford maybe even shaking out some cobwebs here, as New York has started on the front foot in the 3rd minute.
yeah, New York has started on the front foot, real high up. You know they like a high press, that whole organization. So even the new additions coming in, you know, when you play the same way throughout the club, it's easy to just come in and get the game plan.
Official tonight is Thomas Snyder. He's officiated in this league for over 4 years, has yet to give a straight red card in those 4 years.
Interesting.
Hartford fans will be happy to know their club unbeaten in the last 4 matches overseen by Snyder. It's been a busy center official early. Set piece here for the visitors. Retrieved by Obregon. American-born, but represents Honduras on the international level. Obregon.
He's a player with a lot of energy and very physical, puts a lot in. Seen him play a couple times, and I imagine he's going to put himself about up there.
If the name sounds familiar to the neutral fan, it's Obregon who scored what was a pivotal goal against the United States in Olympic qualifying. And Obregon could very well become an Olympian later this summer in Tokyo. Knuckling service, gobbled up by Jeff Caldwell, the goalkeeper tonight for Hartford. Goalkeeper who's played every single minute of this season. Moseyed his way around Major League Soccer clubs, was first on the books at NYCFC, then New England, and finally has a home here in Hartford.
It's a good crowd turnout as well. Isn't that great to see? Especially after, obviously, the year we've come off. I love seeing the fans in the background making noise and getting into it. Has a big effect on the players on the field as well. I'd say home and away. So these guys should be right up for this game.
And I hope somebody told them before the game that all the red is from the Portuguese club of Hartford.
Hey, if I'm a Red Bulls 2 player, I'll be encouraged by all that red in the crowd.
Here is Red Bulls 2 on the run. Numbers in front. An intervention sending the ball out of bounds. Say a big thank you to all of our Business Alliance members. Tonight's Business Alliance members of the match are Baronet Coffee and Best Practice Energy LLC. Red Bulls in to the final third. Across towards Barlow, leaving much to be desired. And watch harmlessly over the sideline.
It's been a lot of Red Bull in this first 5 minutes, but that's okay. You're just going to have to weather the storm at the beginning. That's just normal in a football match, but oh, that looked like a foul throw. But yeah, just weather the storm at the beginning before you can get out and get some play together.
Taken back, and now Carmona stoking his team forward. Here's young Cameron Harper, just 19 years old. Took an alteration on the way. And out for the first corner kick of the evening for New York Red Bulls 2.
So that Cameron Harper, I've been told by BWP actually, that he has some great feet, and you saw some there. So you imagine he's going to keep going at that left side, trying to make things happen for his team.
That's who you were calling on the phone before this match started. One of the all-time greats, Bradley Wright Phillips.
Yeah, he should be watching as well. If he's watching, he'll be smiling right now.
Perhaps a scripted routine here for the visitors. Fernandez standing to the left and Carmona to the right. It's Carmona who hoists it in. Hunted down on the back post, and Red Bulls 2 still in business.
The feet right there, a little bit of it.
Cross floated in towards Barlow. It was Rogers trying to begin the outbreak. And New York still with Hartford pinned in on its own half. Another hopeful service towards Barlow. Easily claimed by Caldwell.
Weather that storm early from Hartford.
Down goes Gabby Torres. Hartford Athletic would like to extend a thank you to all our title partner, Trinity Health of New England. And a special thank you to all the healthcare workers, first responders, and everyone who's worked tirelessly and selflessly during the COVID-19 pandemic. Game 2 of 4 matches between these two teams scheduled for this season. As Yunus Boudadi is hauled down, and a free kick and a promising position for Hartford. And Danny Barrera interested in joining the steering committee
Yeah, the last goal Hartford actually scored was a wide free kick. Danny Barrera whipped it in, and they got their equalizer. So Danny Barrera is a set-piece expert. Let's see if he can get the right ball in.
Barrera is the chairman of the committee. Arthur Rogers perhaps over to offer a right-footed decoy. Center back Toulouse has ventured forward and stands at the penalty spot. Free kick comes in from Barrera, greeted at the near post and off the post. First sign of thanks for Hartford in nearly the breakthrough, and it's turned out for a corner kick. And that was Sebastian Elney with the look and nearly scoring against his former team. Yeah,
Sebastian Elney, he should be up. He should be up for this game, and there he is getting on the end of the Barrera cross. He will love to get a goal against his old side.
Barrera reloads, corner hoisted in and claimed by A.J. Marcucci. 21-year-old Pennsylvania native starts tonight in goal for New York Red Bulls too. And visitors trying to hit Hartford on the break, and Barlow had ventured offside.
Here comes the ball in. Only gets onto it, unlucky. Imagine that flies in early.
It is Elney, the Floridian, who was scooped up by New York Red Bulls organization after playing for Maryland, University of Maryland. Scored 7 goals in a red shirt, 36 appearances. Before parting ways and immediately joining Hartford. And it's Harry Watling, the manager. You see him standing in all black just underneath where this play is developing. As Red Bull 2 on the counter, dissolved by Toulouse. But Harry Watling, the head coach or manager for Hartford, he's very into man management, the psychology of the game, and it's so demonstrated by the fact that he's starting a player against the team that didn't offer him a future contract with the Major League Soccer club.
Yeah, that's always a smart move because you have natural motivation for someone like Sebastian Elney. But yeah, Harry Watling, as you said, very into man management. Funny enough, I'm very into man management myself. But so I completely agree. It's so important. You can say a few words to a man and his performance can go from a 7 out of 10 to an 8 out of 10. Just that easy. And honestly, John, the same has happened to me. That certain managers have said certain words to me, made me feel.
Well, the ball's loose in the penalty area. Barlow running on. Barlow charging forward. It falls to Harper, who watches it over the inline. And Thomas Snyder points at the corner flag.
Yeah, so I was saying, certain times, certain words can just lift your performance. So that's a skill that, you know, I've seen in Harry Watling, especially from how he talks. He understands the importance of that. So let's see if he can get his boys going today.
Once again, the duo of candidates to take the corner is Fernandez and Carmona. Slashed away by Rogers. Last man back is Michael Knapp.
A lot of players were slow to react from that corner. I'm not sure why. There's a lot of space. That's a player in the final third there. Got to get after him a little bit.
And now Hartford a chance to fly with Obregon.
Wow, great speed.
That is Andres Reyes.
Great speed to get them out of a jam there.
Reyes on his second Major League Soccer team in 2 years. Was with Miami last year. And now finding his way into the Red Bull organization. His first appearance for Red Bulls 2 this year. Several players can say that. Remember, 7 players on Major League Soccer contracts tonight for New York Red Bulls 2. And Interesting, you look at the results. Hartford's won 5 straight games against New York Red Bulls too. They won the first match. You can make the argument they're the underdogs tonight.
Interesting. I guess with the switch up of the whole side and the experience that Red Bulls 2 have brought in, that's fair. But I don't think Harry Watling will look at it like that. They'll focus on themselves, and he set his guys up. And I don't think he'll want to hear that he's the underdog, especially where they're sitting in the league with only 3 games.
It is a tall test against a stacked New York team. Carmona standing over the free kick. 18-year-old Venezuelan steps up and delivers off the crossbar. Wonderfully curled efforts, and now both teams have kissed the woodwork in the first 15 minutes. Torres bombarding forward. Got around his defender Reyes. Torres, cross on top. Hartford scores. The Athletic light the fuse. From nearly conceding on one end to roaring in front on the other. It's 1-0. And it's Obregon who provides the breakthrough. Second goal of the year for Obregon. In this game, electric after 16 minutes.
This comes from some ability on this left side from Torres. Look at that ball, right to Obregon Jr. coming in. But, you know, you have to be aggressive in the final third, and that's what Torres does. He beats his man and puts it into a great area. That's a good goal, but could have been 1-0 on the other end, and now it's 1-0 to Hartford, so that was a big swing.
Just where is this match heading? 5 goals between the two teams in their first meeting, and the fireworks have already begun here.
The fireworks have begun. It's a good one we got on our hands, I believe. We got the post twice and the goal already, so.
Look at these packed stands at Dillon Stadium. Full capacity tonight, and New York trying to snatch one right back on the counter. Fernandez sending it wide, and Caldwell snares. Foul on the breakout. Well, fans, sign up for youth soccer camps and clinics throughout the summer right here at Dillon Stadium. Train with our professional coaching staff, and a ticket is included in every registration. Go to hartfordathletic.com/clinics for more information. Hartford back on the attack, looking for their second. And the final result is a goal kick. Take a look at how New York almost went ahead. Inches away from Carmona scoring the first goal of the game, and seconds later Hartford takes the lead.
Wow, what a swing. What a swing. John Wolenek won't be happy with that. Harry Watling, he'll be buzzing with that. 1-0 up. You know, they didn't start extremely well first 5-10 minutes, but what was I saying? Weather the storm. Sometimes you just have to do that early in the game. No shame in that.
New York making inroads. Into the penalty area they go. A chance to equalize. Skimmed over the crossbar. Did not take a deflection on the way out. The answer is no. So it will be a goal kick for the home side.
That Cameron Harper again with some good feet. Look at him in the box. Can we get a shot off on goal on target, Cameron Harper? That's great feet. Just need a shot on target at the end if you can.
That's off of Obregon. And Obregon whistled for the foul.
Obregon Jr., he's going to put himself about. I've seen him play a couple times. He doesn't give much rest. He's going to be in and around there. He could have more chances for another goal as well, the way he's playing.
Tonight's virtual walkout kids presented by the Hartford is Southing Soccer Club. Be sure to check out our group experiences page to participate as a virtual walkout team in 2021. Nearly the first 20 minutes played at a breakneck speed. New York working in tight quarters. Hartford holding firm in its defensive posture. Trying to hit New York on the break. Here's Elney, the former New York man. Harper with Barlow in supports. Harper towards the end line. It's really good defending.
Very good defending there.
New York still pressing the issue.
I want to see Hartford get out to the next cross, though. You don't just let crosses come in like that. Good defending, though, initially.
Now can Athletics settle? Here is Rogers. Alex Laura. Once again, the high press for New York yielding results. Thomas Snyder unimpressed. And now Hartford looking to hit the home run ball. And it's Obregon who has strayed offside. How dangerous is Hartford on the counterattack?
Yeah, Obregon Jr. is lively. He's going to just be on that shoulder. I've seen a lot of strikers that like to play on the shoulder, and you know they'll be offside 1-2 times, and then the next time they're in. So Red Bulls 2 need to be alive to that. Great touch.
It's Drew Yearwood. Ventured into a compressed area. Marcucci, the goalkeeper, forced in to conceding the throw-in. And Torres pursued tirelessly by Barlow.
Got to give Torres credit again for that first goal. He had it on the left side with a few Red Bulls 2 players approaching him, and done well to beat his man.
Here's Yearwood. Recruited Egbo forward, one back by Knapp. The game now finding some pause after an electric first 15 minutes to start. 2 posts and a goal. And Lloyd, Hartford looks content in their defensive posture, trying to hit New York on the break.
Yeah, after the first 10 minutes, I think they've looked pretty comfortable.
Marcucci's off his line. It was Elney first to it. Throw-in comes quickly. Obregon trying to turn and draws the foul in a prosperous position.
Yeah, that's a dangerous position to get a free kick. Everyone can come forward. I imagine Danny Barrera is going to get on it and try and deliver. But yeah, you were saying Hartford, they look content. They look pretty comfortable now. Maybe the likes of Cameron Harper on the wing, he's getting a lot of joy on that left side, but no real end product yet.
Rogers and Barrera standing over. Barrera's left foot so cultured. And Lloyd is at a spot where the goalkeeper, Marcucci, still has to respect that near post.
Exactly. He can't sell himself too much one way or another right now. He wants to be there for the cross and the possible shot.
He's requested a two-man wall.
I'd like to see a shot personally. Probably go in the box though.
And a long positioning of the pieces by referee Thomas Snyder. Will it be Barrera or Rogers? It is Rogers sending it back post. And no one able to apply the finishing touch.
You know what? I love the shape of that ball from Rogers. Right in the dangerous area. It's just surprising no one's there to put that in. But that's the sort of area you look for a wide free kick.
Harper is buzzing. Ball stays glued to his foot. Harper, a player that once played a match for Celtic just several months ago. A young American, played 4 MLS matches already this season. And the reason why New York has dropped down so many players to the 2 team is because the senior team is in the midst of an international break. Don't have a game for 2 weeks, and we're going to keep up some match fitness and get some guys some game time. Obregon. Both players working hard.
Yeah, John, you see that with a lot of 2 teams around this time with international break. A lot of guys need extra minutes, so they drop down to the 2 teams. And, you know, Hartford might have expected a different kind of team, but, you know, it changes very quickly week to week with these 2 teams.
It's Reyes who's gone down, and see just why. Landed belly first onto the ball. Well, Walgreens is proud to support Hartford Athletic. Nominate someone making a change in your community, and he or she could be recognized as a change maker of the month. Go to hartfordathletic.com/COTM to learn more. Also, J Restaurant is proud to support Hartford Athletic. Visit J Restaurant, located at 297 Washington Street in Hartford, for their special Hartford Athletic Booze Nanza drink. Show your game day ticket and receive 10% of your entire order. Promise you the Booze Nanza is not in those water bottles.
The Booze Nanza. I was thinking about booze. When you said Booze Nanza, I was thinking it really stood out to me. Sounds like fun.
Water break here, as the remaining part of the half will be hydro-powered. And it's a steamy late spring night, about 90 degrees at kickoff. Hartford Athletic would like to thank our founding partner, Travelers. Thanks to Travelers, presenting partner of our Community Champion program. Children from underserved communities throughout Greater Hartford are able to come to the matches free of charge. Hartford Athletic would like to thank Novo Pasto, Connecticut, Stop and Shop, and Citizens Bank for supporting our Goals for Meals program. For every Hartford Athletic goal scored this year, these partners will donate meals to Food Share Connecticut. Now going to get a talking to from referee Thomas Snyder. Knapp doing his fair share of talking as well. Something you never did, Lloyd, right?
I like the way the ref talked that out, though. It looked like he knew exactly what he wanted to let him know, and it looked convincing from here.
You never committed a foul in your life, did you?
Listen, I was a bit of a problem for these referees. I would complain. I had to turn into a different character on the field, so when it came to those decisions, I wasn't letting it go easily. Let's just say that. I wasn't very likable on match days, I don't think. Got to treat the game like someone's trying to take your lunch money.
It's an interesting point to make there, because this Red Bulls 2 team and the Red Bulls organization built on pressure. They load up their rosters as Hartford flipping it in near post. Elney, the former Red Bulls man, still Elney, low angle blast. Was that turned over the crossbar by Marcucci, or did it go over organically? And it did take a touch off a New York player, and it will be a corner kick for Hartford.
I thought you were going to ask me something different there. Let's see this chance again.
That's an important touch from Marcucci, the goalkeeper.
It is.
Just a raised palm to deny Elney.
I thought you were going to ask if I've ever had my lunch money taken. That's what I thought you were going to
We'll get that answer in the second half. Here's the Bank of America corner kick for Arthur Rogers. Whipped into a good area. Headed out and away. Ball stays in play. Some crunching challenges. In full commitment, as it was Budati who took the brunt of the challenge. And no prisoners taken by Amir Tombol. Back to the point, New York Red Bulls, the organization, they go through so many players. And you see them scattered around the USL Championship as Red Bulls 2 quickly on the attack. Sliding challenge from Toulouse, concedes the corner. This is a New York organization where you either perform and get to stay, or if you don't, you find yourself without a contract quite quickly. And you talked about the pressure. These games are vitally important for everybody in red, not discounting green or blue, but everybody in red knows they're being evaluated to see if they either get to keep their MLS contract or they get one in the future.
Sometimes it seems like you can perform and still be let go.
Comes the corner kick.
You definitely want to stay on top of those performances, though. As you said, let's wait till this chance goes.
Here's Egbo. Leads the team in goals.
Egbo's very comfortable on the ball further forward, though, I've noticed.
Obregon chopped down, and surely now Thomas Snyder's patience with Michael Knapp has run out, and there is the yellow card. It's been brewing all half. And Knapp becomes the first player in the book of Snyder. Boy, Obregon is a handful.
He's a handful. Yeah, you see Red Bull 2 players all over the league, right? A lot of them are doing well at other clubs as well, so it's testament to the academy as well. They've produced a lot of players, a lot of capable players as well. So
Knapp, one of them, came through the Red Bulls Academy. Free kick in a similar position as several minutes ago.
Look at Marcucci's position. Looks like if a ball comes in, he should get it where he's standing, but you know, you want to see bodies from Hartford Athletic really fly across there this time.
And now negotiations. It's Toulouse. And John Wolnick ready to get things going, as Tomboll also involved in the discussion. Two big center backs dueling at the edge of the penalty area. Free kick from Rogers. Marcucci able to snare it off his back foot.
Well done, Marcucci. He's a good keeper. I've seen him come and claim a lot of balls in the air. Against Charleston a couple games ago, I think he didn't start too well, but he's definitely got a big future ahead of him.
Marcucci played at tiny Connecticut College, was a camel for Connecticut College. A D3 school, picked late in the MLS draft this year.
You said he was a what, sir?
A camel.
Should I know what that means? Wait.
That was their mascot, the Camels.
Oh, got you. Maybe I should know that. I was like, wait.
Schools in England don't have mascots, do they? Possession finally won back by the home side. Home side that has had less than 40% of the possession in this first half. That's the only goal. Obregon's tally in the 15th minute is the difference. They try and hit out over the break with Elney. Dueling with Reyes.
Reyes is very quick. Oh, that would have been an interesting foot race with someone else.
And now New York in business with Barlow. To his left is Harper. Scores it back in front, wide open, blocked, rebound, spun over the crossbar by Carmona. Carmona nearly had to steer it on target. The Hartford fans applauding his miss. And the lead for Athletic stays at a goal, as Carmona was searching for his first goal this year.
It's a great pick out by Barlow there to find Fernandez. Great block. That's a goal-saving block right there. Wow.
New York now blooming into this match with Fernandez. And Caldwell will keep the ball from going out for a corner. Well, AARP Connecticut is proud to support Hartford Athletic and welcomes fans to visit aarp.org/CTE events to learn more about upcoming virtual events. So CT events. Our events are fun, informational, and free to people of all ages. That's aarp.org/CT events. McGlynn is the pivot points. Trying to seek out Budati. Look at those stands at Dillon Stadium, Lloyd.
Nice and full as well.
Think about where we were a year ago.
Yeah, it makes me miss playing when I see the crowds like that, honestly. When I see that, I want to get back out there.
See the woman in the middle of your screen wearing the Portugal jersey? The Portuguese club of Hartford heavily attending tonight's match. One of the few times that the visiting team wears all red. And the supporting club, the Portugal club of Hartford, wearing that color red, and there are the faithful. Free kick from Carmona. Didn't like what he saw. throw in for Hartford. Last 5 meetings between these two teams, Hartford has only allowed 4 goals. Against New York Red Bulls, 2. Athletic can also say they've scored in every match this season. We're going to stay unbeaten. And now New York flying forward. It's Cameron Harper. He's recruited 2 defenders over. Rolls back for Egbo. Carmona. Carmona off the crossbar. Rebounds out to Barlow. Chance still building for New York. Yearwood couldn't turn the corner. Barlow back for Carmona. Hartford not out of danger yet.
Carmona should shoot every time the ball comes to him. That's 2 times he's hit the bar now. Wow, he can hit him.
Trying to turn is Egbo. And a stray leg may have graced the face of Gabriel Torres. And Torres down after a courageous sliding challenge. Here is the effort from Carmona.
Great hit. Looked like the keeper was about to let it go. It must have dipped a lot right before it got to him. Wow. That's twice he's hit around the same part of the bar as well. Five minutes left now. Hartford Athletic, they would want to keep it tight before halftime. This is an important period right now. And you know Red Bulls 2 are going to press for that. They would love to get a goal before halftime. That would change the whole complexity of the game.
Hartford Athletic would like to extend a special thanks to our partners Jim Beam Bourbon and Hornitos Plata Tequila. Hartford Athletic is also proud to partner with CLA, creating opportunities through your organization's entire life cycle by providing a seamless suite of services in wealth management, advisory, outsourcing, audit, tax, and consulting. Learn more at cla.connect.com. Torres back onto the pitch. Hey fans, be sure to share your matchday smiles. Take a photo in your Hartford Athletic gear with the hashtag #MatchdaySmiles and tag @Delta Dental to be entered into a contest to win VIP experiences at Dillon Stadium. Well, you'll be taking your selfie at halftime for that contest.
I'm finally over selfies now, you know. Just Instagram videos now. Important moment of the game. Hartford have to stay alert here. You go sleep for a second, it's 1-1. You want to see the centre backs, the whole back four talking, telling each other, get through to get through to half time. It's an important moment of the game.
Fernandez exploring. Now Carmona. Well, Carmona's going to have another go. He continues to hone his sights.
I encouraged him to shoot. He's hit the bar twice. Well within his right.
Carmona, the Venezuelan international, loaned out from the MLS team. Played an MLS match a little more than a month ago. Just 18 years old.
think Harry Watling must have just kicked the ball there and got a little cheer from the fans. They must be so happy with what he's doing. Unbeaten. I know they played 3 games, but you're unbeaten on the season still. Can they keep that run going?
I think a win tonight would certainly be the premier victory of the season. It's such a loaded Red Bulls 2 team.
Yeah, what a great win it will be. Just looking at the standings as well. It will take them into a great position with games in hand.
And for Hartford, you have to be confident as well, knowing that for as loaded as New York has made this team, with all the players on Major League Soccer contracts that they've brought down, there are none on the bench. So all of the reinforcements are going to be players contracted for New York Red Bulls too.
Which I don't mind that though. The ones on New York Red Bulls too, they should have a chip on their shoulder a little bit that they're not starting today. A lot have come down from the first team. If I'm one of the Red Bulls 2 players, I'm going to feel like, nah, even if they come down, I want to start. So someone like Jake LaCava, who's done very well for this team, he's one that I would look to see coming on second half.
Approaching our stoppage time, our Brignall Vineyard stoppage time. Told there will be 4 minutes of stoppage time, most of that accumulated during the hydration break.
And John, I should say Omar Sow as well, Edelman. There's a couple mainstays that are on the bench that I was actually looking forward to seeing. Rode Mitchell's not even made the squad today. So those are some exciting players that I'm taking a keen eye on. Even when I'm not calling the games, I'm looking out for some of the youngsters now.
Will Juan Carlos Obregon's goal be the only one in this half? Just a few more minutes until we find out the answer. Janjigian's clearance reclaimed by Toulouse. Now Barrera sending his team stomping forward. Budati. McGlynn. Janjigian. It's well done from the Athletic. Rogers lofting back post, squared in front. Hartford has its second. Elney will not celebrate because he's just scored against his old team. It had to be him. And he has rocked the club that raised him. And Hartford is rattling New York Red Bulls too.
What a great move though, great football. When it came to Rogers, I was thinking what a great ball. I think it's Barrera that plays it back across to Elney. He's got his hands up, not celebrating, had to be there to put it in. You know you got that motivation when you're playing your old club. That's an easy one. They're gonna be up for the game, so what a great move though. I was just thinking, the next goal is so important. If it comes before halftime, it's gonna be a real blow, whichever side it goes to. So big goal for Hartford Athletic.
And what a genius move it is from Harry Watling, the manager of Hartford. Elney only played 72 minutes this season in 3 games, and he gets his first start tonight. Watling knew that he would have the extra motivation.
That's a smart move. He understands man management. I wish we could get a picture of a smile from Harry Watling on the side right now, because you've got to be happy 2-0 up and attacking again.
Could be more. Barrera's cross in front. They've done it again. They love the smell of blood in the water. And it's Obregon who's delivered. Hartford has firmly put this game in the greenest of grasps. And the party has begun in Connecticut. A brace for Obregon. And where has gravity gone with this club? 3-0.
I said earlier in the game, Obregon Jr. could get another one. Look at Danny Barrera again, the assist man. Great ball. Obregon Jr. alive in the box. He's always in that center of goals area. In fact, he's been all over the field. Deserves that. They're going to go in 3-0 up.
2 goals in the Brignall Vineyard stoppage time. And we were looking quite likely to head into the dressing rooms at 1-0. And now the lead has blossomed in the blink of an eye. Hartford Athletic, a 3-goal first half. And New York must feel unfortunate. They've hit the crossbar twice. They've conceded here twice in stoppage time. They could claw one back before the intermission with Knapp. Hartford just trying to see these last few seconds out. And there is the final whistle of this first half. One that started with fireworks and then finished with them. Juan Carlos Obregon, a brace through 45 minutes, and Sebastian Elney twisting the dagger against his former team. There is the star of the match so far. Obregon collected his 2nd and 3rd goal of this season. And Hartford Athletic struts to the dressing rooms at Dillon Stadium with a 3-0 lead over New York Red Bulls 2. Red Bulls 2 have come close. They have knocked on the door, but it's Hartford who's broken it down 3 times. An Athletic lead 3-0 at the half. Sunset Soccer on a steamy day in Connecticut. Halftime at Dillon Stadium as unbeaten Hartford hosting New York Red Bulls 2. Hartford Athletic is proud to team with local health plan Connecticut to support food security in Connecticut. Connecticut is celebrating 40 years of caring for the health of our communities. Well, while the fans hit the concessions, let's check in with Devin Kerr for The Dish with Devin.
We'll start off with Loudoun United. Ryan Martin's boys finally getting back on track. I like the fact they took down New Mexico United. Could be the biggest win in franchise history. The problem is to back that up and go on a winning streak, you're going to have to win more than one, which means two. And you can't do that if you concede. Anthony Velarde in the 18th minute. And then the own goal. Good ball whipped in by Alex Dixon. Man of the match for me. Had a fantastic game. But there would be a response from these young boys in the red and white jerseys with the sash. Bolivar! Bottom corner. Between the legs and the bottom corner. You know what I'm talking about. 58th minute. Riverhounds, they have an answer. They always have an answer. The problem is it's going to come from the spot because Alex Dixon, I told you he had himself a game. It wasn't an acting class. That was a full-on Emmy. Academy Awards are later on in the season, ladies and gentlemen. You know that. Pittsburgh Riverhounds, you can't call it a comeback because they won 2 in a row. That's a winning streak. Loudoun lost. No. Tampa Bay Rowdies, 4 in a row to start this season. Can they make it 5? Jordan Adebayo Smith. That is thy name. That is thy goal. That is the back of the net. 1-0 for Jordan Adebayo Smith. Nice little ball in through Jordan Doherty. Back line is in 6s and 7s for Red Bull. And Mandela Egbo, this guy's something special, by the way. This year's center back, wears the captain's armband. He is a set-piece specialist. Only 2 teams have ever started 6 winners in a row. Richmond Kickers in 2012, Rochester Rhinos in 2015. That's 5 for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Here we go. Sporting Kansas City 2. You heard that right. That's the second team playing FC Tulsa. Nobody told FC Tulsa. Lucas Coutinho, 13th minute. Good ball by DaCosta. But again, as I said last week, and I say every week, how many minutes are in a game? 90. There's 90 minutes in a game. 45 plus 3. That's just before halftime. 49th minute on the backside of halftime. We're going to make that 2-1. We're going to go 5 minutes further. Cave Rod is going to get a ball from the corner from Felipe Hernandez, and he's going to say, I'm sorry. That's 3-1, by the way. Oh, you want more? That's fine. 73rd minute, Q Sports Center, ESPN Top 10. Jesus. Rajay Smith, you got to be kidding me with this strike. So they've now lost back-to-back games, FC Tulsa to Atlanta United 2 and Sporting Kansas City 2. But yeah, no, that team's good. Sacramento Republic, Oakland Roots. This was a heck of a match. And this is how it started. Touch, stop, hit me with your best shot. Dark from Ella, back corner, love it. Chuy Enriquez is hungry though. Watch him get to the byline, little touch off the goalkeeper, into the back of the net. Have no clue, I called this game, how this ended there, but he tickled the nylon. Everybody loves tickle time. A couple minutes later, Moomba. Best impersonation on Rojay Smith. It's not a banger, but it's a good goal. 60th minute, Cami Wassa. So if you're keeping track, Oakland's up 2-1, by the way. Not anymore. 2-2. Cami Wassa. A little bit of a deflection coming off this. Jordan McCrary, good ball on the inside. Jeremy Bokila. Watch this name. Watch this guy. Watch this man. Remember it like Fort Minor. That name right there. He could end up being one of the Golden Boot winners, or at least close to it come the end of the season. That's 3-2 Oakland Roots. But see, for a guy who's entering his 6th season as a professional, you would never know that it's his first professional goal. News, notes, schedules. Had the intermezzo. How about a little after-dinner aperitif? We'll catch you soon.
I wasn't going to let anything get in my way of achieving my goals, which were to be a professional soccer player. So the first opportunity I got at preseason, when a teammate asked like if I was dating a girl or something, I just came out to a bunch of my teammates at dinner and said, no, I'm gay. All I needed to do was that one time, because then I didn't lie. Your sexuality should never limit you from playing the sport you love.
Yellow's there again, second header.
Here's a chance for Cicerone. Russell Cicerone, the leading goal scorer.
June is Pride Month, and Hartford Athletic supporters groups have kicked off a Pride Raiser campaign where fans can make a pledge per goal throughout the month of June to support the Connecticut Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce. Go to bonanza.prideriser.org to make your pledge now. Hartford Athletics Green and Blue Foundation is matching all funds raised up to $5,000. Hartford Athletic leading 3-0 over New York Red Bulls 2. John Freeman and Lloyd Sam on the call. Let's take a look at news and notes around the league. Lloyd, excited for this one coming up on Sunday. Birmingham Legion's Bruno Lapa, who is the USL Player of the Week. We get to watch him versus Tulsa. Elsewhere, the USL Championship supporting the LGBTQ community. Visit uslchampionship.com for more info. And then also, the Tampa Bay Rowdies are still perfect entering the weekend, and we'll see in just a moment. They're down right now at halftime, so Hartford Athletic, one of the few remaining teams left in the USL Championship, might be even fewer by the time this match wraps up, as Charlotte with the lead over Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay's record that is perfect is up in the air in North Carolina tonight. Remember, Tampa Bay just recently defeated New York Red Bulls too.
Yeah, you know, that's a tricky place to go. Charlotte's not an easy place to go. I know Tampa's got 5 wins in a row, but there's still 45 minutes left, so we see how that ends up.
And it is Charlotte with that 1-0 lead, and then a couple other games in the West. Elsewhere around the country, we'll have some late games this evening, and then the match that we talked about, Birmingham Legion versus FC Tulsa, and Bruno Lapa, the USL Championship Player of the Week, in action on Sunday. Your former club, Miami FC, facing RGV.
That's right, but the one I'm looking at up there is Phoenix against San Diego. That's going to be a good game tonight. Tune in. Landon Donovan's men will look to get another win if possible.
And right now in Hartford, it is Hartford Athletic with the 3-0 lead over New York Red Bulls 2. New York, they're ready to go. They're out of the dressing rooms. We'll have Hartford join them in a moment on the pitch, and we'll bring you the second half from Dillon Stadium. Hartford 3, New York Red Bulls 0.
We don't just protect things, we help protect the life you've built around them. Travelers, it's better under the umbrella.
Hey, want a beer?
Young man, say aye to the blandest lager in all the kingdom.
It's the beer that everyone else is drinking.
Heavy and full-bodied, just like me.
How about a Beam and Ginger Highball instead?
Yeah, definitely. Much better.
Where some see a baker, I see an artist. I see Bridget of Bridget's Bake Shop, a Monet of muffins, a Cézanne of scones, a Leonardo of layer cakes. Bridget is a small business owner. Me, I'm the Hartford Buck, and I see nothing small about your small business.
With insurance designed for your small business, the Buck's got your back.
Well, don't miss our next match right here at Dillon Stadium on June 19th at 7 p.m. for our Juneteenth celebration. Go to hartfordathletic.com for tickets and more information. And also, don't forget to download the official Hartford Athletic mobile app presented by J Restaurant, available for Apple and Android phones. It's the one-stop shop for all things Hartford Athletic and the easiest way to manage your tickets. Go to hartfordathletic.com/app. Teams ready to go again at Dillon Stadium. New York Red Bulls 2 has made 2 substitutions. Jason Pondant has stepped to the sideline along with the previously yellow-carded Michael Knapp. Daniel Edelman in along with Juan Castillo. Here is Sebastian Elney for Hartford, trying to pick out the corner. And in the end, a goal kick. John Freeman, Lloyd Sam on the call. And Lloyd, Hartford Athletic has never had a player score a hat trick in a match. Juan Carlos Obregon is sitting on 2 goals.
Yep, he's got a chance for a hat trick, but that was just a chance there for Elney. They've got in the box. I'd like to see him take care of that ball, get a shot on target. You know, that was a chance, half a chance.
There is the young Daniel Edelman. Do not be fooled by his boyish looks. 6 yellow cards in 7 matches. He leads the league in yellow cards by a large margin.
Yeah, he's a tough tackler in there. He gets on the ball and he moves the ball well. So excited to see him come on. As I was saying first half, you know, a lot of the first teamers have come down and you're losing 3-0. So at the end of the day, we need to get the youngsters back on and let's see what they can do. I imagine another Jake LaCava is who I want to see come on, honestly, because they need a goal.
Need more than one.
They need 4 if they want to win the game. Omar Sow as well, can't forget him.
New York was out of the dressing rooms and back on the pitch with minutes to spare in halftime. As an adventurous run from Cameron Harper ends up in the arms of Jeff Caldwell.
That's a bit better from Red Bulls too, though. Little attack. In that position, you'd hope for more from Harper there, but
Tumble goes down, and Edelman wants a quick restart. Barlow. First touch carries him wide. Second towards the interior. Pumped away by Barrera. Fernandez. Combining with Yearwood. Now Hartford can run on the break. And Elney thought he'd been pulled. Play continues. Red Bulls 2 back on the accelerator with Carmona. Challenging challenge from Laura. Fans getting settled again at Dillon Stadium after hitting the concession stands. Harper trying to find an avenue. Carmona's cross curled in. Held by Toulouse. Castillo the substitute.
how many bodies Red Bulls 2 have in attack. There's a lot of guys forward at the moment.
They're peppering the penalty area with crosses. Castillo. Well, that touch of Hartford players' hands. Technical staff for Red Bulls 2 says it did. Play continues. And tough to give a penalty for that. And now here comes Hartford on the break with Elney. Obregon arriving to his right. Elney trying to cut back.
That's great defending from Reyes. His pace is getting him.
And now Barrera. It's Danny Barrera. Barrera! Spectacular goal. So delicately placed. And Hartford is running wild. Danny Barrera cashes in. Athletics fourth. He almost scooped it in.
Danny Barrera, talk about a touch of class here. Look at that, just finesse on there. No pace, no power on it. That is classy. Wow. Love that from Danny Barrera. 2 assists and now a goal. He's on fire today.
This is some night for Hartford. And Barrera checking in on a down teammate. And that is Obregon. He's got to remain in this game. He's still the candidate for the only hat
He's
trick.
still putting himself about. How is he down there? I didn't even know he was involved in that play. That's the way he plays. It's good to have someone like that in your team. He just seems like he's going to run through walls for you. But yeah, back to Danny Barrera though. Wow, what a game. He deserves that number 10 on his back as well, the way he's played.
In New York, coming unraveled. It is 3 goals for Hartford in less than 8 minutes of game time. So 2 in stoppage time in the first half, and then 1 from Barrera.
It's a tough blow to take whenever goals go in back to back to back like that. Hard to get back up for the game. 4-0 down. They need 5 now to win, as we were saying, but
Udati has been hauled down.
you know you got MLS guys coming down to the USL Championship. It shows you this is not an easy league. I learned that last year from Miami FC. Especially going on the road to tough environments where guys need the points. When points are at stake, you're not just going to walk into someone's house and take them.
Oh, it's carelessly turned over. Perhaps a lifeline here for the visitors. Fans, don't miss our next match right here at Dillon Stadium, June 5th at 7 o'clock as we honor Military and Veterans Appreciation Night. Go to HartfordAthletic.com for more details. I don't think you'll have a hard time convincing anybody in attendance tonight to come back. A rout at Dillon Stadium for one of the few unbeaten clubs left in the USL Championship. Came in tonight with just 4 left, and Tampa Bay, one of them, but they are down right now to Charlotte. Is there a retort, though, from New York? Carmona, Castillo.
He's got that shot all wrong. But back to what you were saying, I would be going back if I was watching today. 4-0, 52 minutes gone. Wow. What an opening to this game for Hartford Athletic.
Preparing a substitution. Oh, I don't think the neutral audience is going to like this one, but Juan Carlos Obregon, we're being told, will be brought out, even though he sits on the brink of the first hat trick in club history.
At this point, we got to trust Harry Watling, whatever he's doing. He's unbeaten and 4-0 up in this game, so, you know, got to trust him.
Preston Tabor Itaka, who's going to come in. Here is the substitution, and the night for Obregon finishes a first half brace. Started the scoring in the first half and ended it.
He deserves that standing ovation right there. And don't think that they're missing too much. Tabor Itaka, he's a capable player as well. He's the one that scored that great goal against Miami FC earlier in the season. So he's going to come on and bring some energy and some attacking threat as well. So, but Obregon Jr. must be disappointed not to have a chance to get his hat-trick though.
First exchange made tonight by Harry Watling. 31-year-old manager for Hartford Athletic. Watling still yet to lose a game in charge. He is the youngest head coach in the USL Championship. As I said, just 31 years old. First time I've ever broadcast a game where both the analyst and the play-by-play were older than the coach.
Oh, yeah? 31 years old, but a lot of experience. We asked him as well about the Champions League final where Chelsea won, a place that he's worked in the youth team before. And it gave him great satisfaction to see some of the players that he's coached lifting the trophy. I believe that was Callum Hudson-Odoi, Tammy Abraham, and Reece James. All three guys he's coached. So 31 years old, but a lot of experience.
He told us he had the benefit of, he wasn't a great player when he was a youth and knew he wanted to go into coaching, and got his coaching license in his teenage years and had worked his way up around several big clubs in England.
Yeah, it looks
worked
like
under Jose Mourinho.
Looks like he hit the ground running in that aspect. There he is. I'm sure inside he's feeling really good about everything that's going on with this organization right now, with him at the helm.
And I love the story. We asked him, well, when did you first hear about Hartford? And he said, I was sitting on the A5, which is a road in England, and he's in traffic.
A2.
Excuse me, the A2.
Yeah.
And his phone rang with an American number, and he almost didn't pick it up. And he did, and those discussions eventually led to him standing on the sidelines here at Dillon Stadium with his team leading 4-0.
Unbelievable. A2. He's probably sitting in traffic knowing that A2. That's right around the area I live as well. So anyone that knows London, especially Greenwich area, Greenwich to Blue Water, if you know the area, you'll know. A lot of traffic around there though.
Call here is a handball on Harper. Hartford Athletic would like to thank the law offices of Crescenzo DeLuca, serving Wethersfield, Greater Hartford, and Connecticut with 41 years of experience in immigration and general practice law. What's also interesting about Harry Watling is his team can change shape based on the way that the game is going. They have 4 different formations and systems that they can employ.
Yeah, I mean, they've had 3 weeks to train with no game, so that gave him a chance to really implement some of the other systems he wants to work on. So remember I said they've had 3 weeks off. Is it going to help them or hinder them? It's definitely helped them. Looks like a together side. They worked on a few things. They look good.
Yellow card going to Arthur Rogers.
You won't mind that yellow card. No, that's a smart one. Bring them down on the counter. Everybody comes back into play. Then you ask them, can you break us down? And the answer is no so far.
The Bulls 2 came close, twice striking the woodwork in the first half as they've gone for glory. Oh, it's a glory strike! Where did gravity go? My goodness! A genius goal! That is something. It is McGlynn who scored a goal scripted in his dreams. And the goal feels as wide as the ocean right now.
He just has a look. He has a look. He's in his own half. What a hit that is. You know, confidence is flowing. Why not try that? That's where Beckham's hit it from. You know the famous Beckham goal from the halfway line, I hope. Way back against Wimbledon. Conor McGlynn, take a bow. 5-0, wow. It's not even the 60th minute yet.
And Hartford has done it in so many different ways. Great diversity of goals tonight. This team is buzzing.
Hey, Harry Watling said to me on the call the other day, that wasn't us, talking about the Pittsburgh game where they drew 1-1. He said that wasn't us. And I know what he means now. Wow. Wow.
New York calling in reinforcements. Omar So in. And he has replaced Tom Barlow.
They're definitely coming. Those fans are definitely coming back now. I'll tell you that. Definitely coming back.
Well, in Hartford's short history, this is one of the most memorable nights. And will the demolition continue?
Oh.
Budati towards the end line. Budati goes down.
That's a penalty.
What's the call? Thomas Snyder says the foul occurred on the outside of the penalty area.
Looked like Castillo did his hamstring or something running back, which is another problem for Red Bulls too.
And a yellow card out on Castillo. We'll wait the replay. Just where this foul occurred. Yeah, there's a touch. Just grazing the leg, and that's good officiating from Thomas Snyder.
Referee got that spot. Referee's been excellent, actually. Let's give him some credit as well.
And in real time, from our view, it looked like a clear-cut penalty.
It did look like that.
And then when you slow it down, Thomas Snyder got it inch perfect.
Tough job they've got. And we've got a few looks at it from up here, but it's done well there. Danny Barrera again on the free kick. He's looking for a hat-trick of assists, so can't fall asleep.
A lot of pushing and shoving happening in the penalty area. Tempers flaring.
And the tempers is going to be from the guys in red, I imagine.
It's been a long build-up for this free kick. And Barrera called off by Rogers. So perhaps Barrera going over to talk with the referee because he is the acting captain.
Correct, correct. I was going to say, I want him taking this. We want to see a hat-trick of assists for him. John, when it gets like this, 5-0 up, the team that's 5-0 down, that's when the discipline goes. So, you know, you can imagine this last 30 minutes, there's going to be some tackles flying in, possibly. If I was on the losing team 5-0 down, I'm flying in with tackles myself. Let's hope you're not lip reading at home.
Tolu and Edbo still having words. I don't think Thomas Snyder is going to add much stoppage time at the end of this match.
Listen, it's going to start getting real chippy, and that's only natural. And when the team's losing like that, as I said, the discipline, it's likely going to go.
Don't forget, these two teams play twice more this season. This will be Rogers or Barrera. Barrera takes. And it's stirred in! 6 for Hartford. More delirium at Dillon Stadium. The goal may be credited to Barrera if it crossed the line on his free kick. We might debate it in the dressing rooms on just who will claim it.
Look at Harry Watling and Barrera having a little hug there. Harry Watling talks so highly of Danny Barrera as well. Danny Barrera is his link between him and the players. This is what he said to me before. He swings it in. What happened there?
Tabor Ataka is in discussions with Barrera on just who can claim this.
It looks like Tabor Ataka's goal. Not sure. We would probably need another angle. Either way, it's 6-0 to Hartford Athletic. And there could be more goals. There's still a lot of time left. You know, I was saying first team players, they drop down. Does it mean that you'll be stronger? Maybe not.
Still waiting on the official scoring. Just who that goal will count for. And substitutions coming for Hartford. And that'll be it for Arthur Rogers, taking the long route home. The victory lap. Rogers did have a yellow card. And Yarma Ashitian, Canadian at 21 years old. Both play midfield and also outside back. Official scoring is in. Preston Tabor Ataka is credited with the goal.
That's 6. Will we see more?
The unfortunate part of the scoring is that Barrera doesn't get credit for an assist, because he forced the save from the goalkeeper Marcucci.
Yeah, but we definitely see his influence from here. What a game he's had.
Irrepressible Hartford. Defending now as Harper bearing down. And Harper going down. He continues with Carmona.
Ref should have given that free kick, honestly.
If you're a player, you certainly want a free kick from that spot, right?
You want that free kick. He tried to play advantage, to be fair, but I'd love him to bring that back after.
Harper will try again.
Love the way Hartford's still going at it. They don't want to concede. Look at that tackle right there as well from the sub that's just come on.
Tabor Ataka on his way. Can it be 7 for Hartford? Not this time. Heroic defending from Reyes. And Tabor Ataka, on second glance, may have been better off to put this on frame.
Yeah, Tabor Ataka, why not have a shot yourself there? You got one goal, go get another one. It's very unselfish from him.
Those results in the Bank of America corner kick. And Hartford in no hurry to take it. Also a player down for New York Red Bulls too.
That's Castillo.
He went down earlier in this half.
He went down off the ball, so I was surprised he actually continued playing on, but
Well, visit HartfordAthletic.com to see our pub partners. Make sure to pay them a visit and support our local restaurants and bars. This year, our pub partners include City Steam Brewery in Hartford and TK's in Danbury. Young mastermind.
Young mastermind. I mean,
Harry Watling.
On this showing, you can only imagine that he'll be going places in his career. I mean, it's still early. He's done some great things with the youth academies before. We don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. It's early in the season. It's a long season, but, you know, 6-0. You don't win 6-0 by accident.
And New York's going to be forced into a substitution here, as Casillo's substitute appearance going to be a short-lived one.
Sub.
And Joseph Zielinski will come in. There is Zielinski, twice as many tackles on Wednesday in the loss against Tampa Bay than anyone else on the team. night where 4 Hartford players have scored.
Barrera's putting another ball in the box now.
Comes the Bank of America corner kick. Touchdown, Hartford! Like a pack of hungry wolves after 3 weeks off. It is Preston Tabor Itaka with a brace as a substitute. And New York can only hope the sun will set in darkness to cover their ruins. This is astonishing.
When Tabor Itaka was coming on, I'm telling you, he came on for Obregon Jr. and I said, he's going to bring attacking threat.
Maybe an own goal.
Can we give Danny Barrera the assist, though? He definitely deserves an assist.
Not if it's an own goal. Well, the Preston Tabor Itaka has been credited with it for now.
Do we never give assists on own goals for who forced it?
Well, you can't assist the other team.
If someone shoots and it deflects off someone, oh my gosh. I'm talking fantasy rules now. I play a lot of FPL fantasy, and he would get the assist for that.
We'll await unofficial scoring.
He deserves one, I think.
And we will go the next laps, diving into the record books here for Hartford. Young club in just its 3rd season. This has got to shatter everything in the books.
7-0. It reminds me of a game I played in for Red Bulls, actually. The Red Bull fans at home might have a little chuckle to that, but they won't be happy with what they're seeing today, but 7. Wow.
Red Bulls 2 on the attack. And can they claw one back here? Hartford clutching its clean sheets. Harper turned away. The follow-up attempt is stirred over the crossbar by Caldwell. Solid denial of Drew Yearwood.
Caldwell keeping the back door closed at the same time. If they can get out of here with a clean sheet, mission accomplished. I can't even just say mission accomplished. This is with flying colors. So, John, do you know the 7-0 game I'm talking about? Red Bull 7-0 game.
I don't. Did you participate in one? I hope you were on the 7 side.
I was on the 7 side against NYCFC a long time ago.
Here's Harper, his feathered cross. Return to the sender.
I'll show you the highlights.
What a night, Lloyd. Enjoying this together. Our 2nd game together.
Good, enjoy it. You want a game with a lot of goals. There's been a lot to see. And there's still time. How is there still this much time left?
Hartford on average a goal about every 10 minutes. And New York just trying to find something to take home. Some glimmer of hope. Here's Edelman. Well over the crossbar. Westfield Bank is proud to support Hartford Athletic in all they do to make our communities better. Need more convenience from your bank? At Westfield Bank, you can bank your way. Learn more at westfieldbank.com. And a hydration break as we close out the last 15 or so minutes of this astounding night at Dillon Stadium. Our partner, Day Hill Dome, is holding a fundraiser to support St. Baldrick's Foundation to fight pediatric cancer. To learn more and support, go to hartfordathletic.com/foundation. And speaking of hydration, Hartford Athletic would like to thank Fresh Bev, the official cocktail mixer of Hartford Athletic. Might be a few of those shared tonight amongst the Hartford faithful.
As good as this is for Hartford, they deserve to be winning this game. But 7-0, there's something fundamentally wrong with a team that loses 7-0. There's something wrong with the mentality. There's a few guys they must be carrying, not taking anything away from Hartford. But there's something wrong out there. Even in a training practice game, you win 5-0 or you lose 5-0, there's something wrong there. So they're going to have to figure out what's wrong with the mentality of maybe a few individuals in that team.
Well, the largest margin of victory for Hartford, those 4 goals. This came back in October 9th, 2019. They defeated Birmingham Legion 4-0. They are on pace to double that.
Yeah, we want another goal right in this game. We'll take another goal.
It's wild to think, Lloyd, this was a 1-0 game going into stoppage time in the first half.
Wow, yeah. That's good that you point that out. Remember I was saying when goals go in back to back to back, it really hits the team. You know, a couple guys drop their level, mentality. Some of the MLS guys that have come down, like you wonder what they'll be thinking after the game. They got to go away and be like, that's not easy, going down to that level. It's not easy sometimes, but you would have expected better from a team with so much experience.
Only thing left to answer is, will Hartford finish this night with a clean sheet?
I'm going to be watching this last 15 minutes or so. I want to see how Hartford are defending. If they're still defending with the same tenacity, that's very impressive. 7-0 when you keep that concentration right there. It should mean something to that back four and goalkeeper to try and get a clean sheet out of this game. Not just the back four and goalkeeper, all 11 actually. You know, you want a full round performance. Either way, it's going to be that, but a clean sheet will just make it even better. Tabor Ataka's on the hat trick as well.
Elsewhere around the East, Tampa Bay still down to Charlotte 1-0. Clipped in towards Elney. Squared back in front, stabbed away. Now McGlynn for 2! Glanced off ahead. And it will be a Hartford corner kick. You know that when Connor McGlynn is standing on the brink of a brace, it's a good night.
I just remembered we've had a halfway line goal. This, with everything that's gone on, we've had a goal from the halfway line. Wow.
Athletic have been excellent on set pieces tonight. Served in by Barrera. Reinserted by McGlynn.
They still got bodies in the box. Oh,
Barrera. Wonderfully sculpted cross. McGlynn crashing in. That kind of night for New York Red Bulls too. This goal from Connor McGlynn. Maybe, this angle of it too.
I
How
love
about
this
that?
angle. Wow, take a bow. It's like he couldn't even believe it. Hit the back of the net and he was still standing there for a second.
And it couldn't have been any more dead down the center either.
I wonder if he's done that before to hit that.
That's what you do at the end of training, right? Can I hit the crossbar from the
thing is, I've been seeing Marcucci taking a high position the whole game, actually. He's been a bit of a sweeper. So he must have spotted that from early in the game, I imagine.
Oh, Marcucci's turned it over. Tabor Ataka for the first hat trick in Hartford history. Two players with a brace tonight. It's 2 goals. Borataka, and also Juan Carlos Obregon. Borataka replaced Obregon.
So you got to think Obregon Jr. would have probably got a hat-trick, possibly got a hat-trick if he stayed on.
He was getting pretty roughed up, though. This is just the 4th match of the season for Hartford. And Hartford Athletic would like to thank our founding partner, Stanley Black & Decker. Stay tuned each week for the Stanley Innovative Play of the Game. Well, whoever is on that selection committee for the Stanley Innovative Play of the Game is going to have a difficult weekend deciding. We've got to go with the McGlynn, right?
I don't think it's difficult.
Foul and a yellow card. And that is going on Gabby Torres. And substitution. And that is the end of the night for Sebastian Elney. And Vasquez coming in. Vasquez, the Connecticut native.
Danny Barrera, I was just thinking he deserves a standing ovation. Harry Watling, he's got it down to a T. I was just thinking, bring him off, let him get a standing ovation. He's just come off, I believe. That's what. But he deserves a lot of credit. I mean, they all do. All 11 coaching staff.
It's Afonso Vasquez, who is in along with his teammate in Bradford, Jameson, the 24-year-old American.
Sorry, not all 11, all 18 coaching staff. Give the GM some credit as well for going and getting Harry Watling. This is a great day for the organization.
A great season so far for this organization. Looking for their 3rd win in their first 4 matches. And you just wonder, where are the limits to this Hartford Athletic Club? Got bounced in their first playoff match last year, but quite the regular season. Only lost 1 of their last 10 regular season games in Dillon Stadium, becoming a fortress as Vasquez showing off his footwork.
Harry Watling was saying Paul Buckle, that was the guy that basically came and got Harry Watling and did some research on him. You know, got a few references. I mean, credit that. You've gone out of your way to get research of a guy over the pond. Asked multiple people. I believe Carlton Cole was one of the ones he asked as well. So credit Paul Buckle as well.
Vasquez wants the through ball. Just enough of a deterrence from Reyes to knock off the teenager from his balance. Vasquez has scored 1 goal in his career. Came deep in a match last season right here at Dillon Stadium. Hartford Athletic would like to extend a special thanks to our partner, Cone Resnick. Hartford Athletic is proud to team up with Stop and Shop in all of our community efforts as we work year-round in the fight against food insecurity. Game that started about 90 degrees and hit a boil right at the halftime juncture. 2 goals in stoppage time in the first half that blew this match wide open. And then Hartford came roaring out of the gates, picking up right where they left off.
Roaring out of the gates, that's exactly what it was. I wonder what was said at halftime. I mean, it was already 3-0, but you know, to keep going, to be 3-0 up and then keep going and get another 4 goals.
Harper. Still Harper. Ran into a green wall.
Look at them back in the box defending. That's guys that care about keeping a clean sheet. There's about 8 guys. It's the shots move now. There's about 7, 8 guys back in their own box, 7-0 up. Great attitude from the team.
It's starting outside back, Alex Lara, who's down. And Harper over to check on him. Young star, Harry Watling. Free kick given away.
Didn't think that was a foul personally, but you know, they have to go to the final whistle now. Red Bulls 2 would love to just get a goal just to feel good at the end of the game. You're not going to really feel that good, but you know, just to end on a bright spot. Carbona hit the bar twice early in the game. You know, it could have been a different game if that flies in.
So it could have been 7-2, is that what you're saying?
I believe it was 0-0 at the time, so you never, goals change games, right? So you never know.
Carmona standing over, but it's Fernandez who takes. Watched over by Caldwell. If you're just joining us, you missed so much of the talk in the first half hour or so where we were talking about just how much New York had stacked the deck. 7 players on Major League Soccer contracts bumped down for this game specifically, and we've seen results when that happens. Oftentimes it can be a rout for the Major League Soccer affiliated club. We saw it on Wednesday. Tulsa, a very good team, actually played 2 MLS 2 teams consecutive weeks and lost by a combined 9-1. And we're thinking, well, Hartford's a good team, but hard to compete with the payroll of what New York sent up to Connecticut. And then it's been all Hartford. Just a shocking, shocking performance in terms of offensive output. 7 goals, a club high.
2 teams is tough. I mean, sometimes it's tough to play against 2 teams. Obviously not tonight for Hartford Athletic.
And here is the substitution of Jake LaCava, replacing Andres Reyes. LaCava, a player we were excited to see tonight. Didn't expect him to get just a few minutes of action. Player who scored in the first meeting between these 2 teams.
He should be back next week when, you know, the first team players go back to the first team, and he should have a chip on his shoulder. All the players that are mainstays that have come out the side and then you lose 7-0, they should be ready to go next week and get this right and say, look, don't send players down to us, basically, because this is what can happen.
Well, let's not get it twisted. It wasn't like the Twos were burning up the USL Championship either. Just 1 win.
They weren't, but I haven't.
But they weren't losing 7-0.
I haven't seen them lose 7-0. You can't just walk into USL Championship and take it lightly. It's not an easy league, especially if you don't know what the league is about.
4 minutes of Brignoli Vineyard stoppage time. John Woolneck, New York Red Bulls 2 manager, standing with his arms folded as Vasquez urging his team forward. All the substitutes want in on the act as well. Jamison. So tonight came in with 4 unbeaten teams left in the USL Championship. El Paso, Tacoma, and Tampa Bay, and Hartford. Tampa Bay is no longer unbeaten. 1-0 losers on the road to Charlotte. El Paso and Tacoma. Well, El Paso does not play tonight. Tacoma does on the road at Las Vegas.
Tampa Bay lost. Interesting. Tampa Bay. They've been so good. Neil Collins has set his guys up so well. They'll be back again. They've lost their unbeaten record, but that's a good team over there. Neil Collins, a former teammate of mine at Leeds, actually, as well. He's done a great job.
Is there another one here for Hartford? Several victory cigar goals already. Was out of hand at halftime at 3-0, and the lead has only blossomed to a 7-goal advantage.
Looking forward to seeing the highlights after the game, actually.
We'll have them in our first post-game segment. Might take a good 45 minutes to go through them all. And this match surely now has simmered down. It was a good run of about 30 minutes where the goal was just gaping. And Caldwell well on his way to the clean sheet. It'll be his second clean sheet of the year, if you can see out this last minute or so. Chance for New York to avoid a shutout on the road, and that might do it. Ball goes clattering off the advertising boards. That is a whimper of a night for New York, a primal scream of an evening for Hartford.
They're going to get their clean sheet as well. After the game, you know, the manager's there in their office after. I hope there's a bottle of wine or something in there. Whatever Harry drinks, I'm going to have to ask him.
Here's a challenge in the dying embers, and it's Alex Laura who picks up the yellow card.
He won't mind that. He's about to get a clean sheet as well.
Mind it, if it ever leads to a suspension, it's his second yellow card of the year. 5 gets you suspended. One more attack to repel for irrepressible Hartford. And the only unbeaten team left in the East is Hartford Athletic. Where are the limits to this club? Stack the deck on them, and they will play their cards just right. New York gave it their best shot, and Hartford did not flinch for a second. Staggering, record-setting night at Dillon Stadium. 7-0, Hartford Athletic victorious.
7-0. Wow. Harry Watlin's men, they deserve it. They worked hard. They've got a clean sheet as well. Some good goals. Can't wait to see the highlights. Thoroughly deserved.
Well, we will have plenty of highlights in our next segment. Our replay operator getting plenty of work tonight. 7 goals for Hartford Athletic. and Hartford remains unbeaten this year through 4 games. They're the last unbeaten team in the East. We'll show you all of the 7 goals when we return from Dillon Stadium. Believe your eyes. I swear it's not a dream, Hartford fans. 7-0 Hartford Athletic topping New York Red Bulls 2. It is our game presented by Trinity Health of New England. John Freeman joined by former Premier League player in Lloyd Sam. Lloyd, it was a remarkable night at Dillon Stadium, and we have the highlights to prove it. Well, this might take a while. Let's fast forward to the 15th minute. After New York Red Bulls 2 hit the crossbar, Juan Carlos Obregon got the scoring started in the 15th minute.
Obregon lively all game. He was just always in and around the goal, all over the field, really. Great ball from Rogers there to Barrera. Look at that move. What a great move.
And Sebastian Elney scoring that match. This was in stoppage time in the first half, so you think, okay, they're going to go into the dressing rooms with Hartford leading 2-0. Not so fast. Less than a minute later, 3rd minute of stoppage time in the first half, and it's Obregon who picks up the brace.
Danny Barrera again getting down that left wing. Obregon Jr. He was, listen, I wanted to see him play for longer. Only had 54 minutes, but he was lively.
So nobody's ever scored a hat trick in Hartford history. We're wondering if it would come, and then Danny Barrera said, okay, I'm tired of giving the assist. I'll get one myself.
I love this goal. Look at the class on this goal. He doesn't have to hit it hard. Just direct it into the corner with a bit of bend.
Yeah, on most nights, that's the best goal of the night. Not tonight. Connor McGlynn, one of the goals of the year.
Wow, look at this angle here. Wow, look at him just standing and watching it. He can't even believe it after. That's amazing.
And then Tabora Ataka cleaning up the remnants, putting them in the bank. There were questions about whether this goal would go to Danny Barrera if it had crossed the line first. Tabora making no mistake. And then, just 6 minutes later, he scores again. The second player tonight with a second goal.
Danny Barrera again getting the balls in. He was instrumental in today's game.
Look at the top stat goals. Everything else almost skewing towards New York Red Bulls. They outshoot Hartford. Yes, the shots on target quite important. Possession 63-37. Interesting. Hartford is such a flexible team. They were flying on the counter.
It's very interesting. To win 7-0, there's total dominance by Hartford. Possession says something different, but watching the game, the eye test, Hartford Athletic deserved to win that game, by far.
And they have gone over to thank all of their fans who showed up in droves at Dillon Stadium. Hey fans, don't miss our next match right here at Dillon Stadium on June 5th at 7 p.m. for Community Health Night, presented by Trinity Health of New England. 7-0 Hartford Athletic on a dream night in Dillon Stadium gets the victory over New York Red Bulls 2. They are the only unbeaten team left in the Eastern Conference. For Lloyd Sam, I'm John Freeman saying so long from Dillon Stadium on an unreal night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.